Everyone knows Pedro, Kershaw, Maddox, Randy Johnson, Walter Johnson, Seaver, Clemens, Verlander, Nolan Ryan. These are the names that dominate GOAT debates. But there's one name that barely gets mentioned, and he might just be the most dominant left-handed pitcher of all time, and that's Lefty Grove. Lefty Grove grew up in a coal mining town and didn't even play organized baseball until his late teens. He was discovered pitching on a sandlot. Jack Dunn, the same guy who discovered Babe Ruth, saw Grove's raw talent and signed him to the minor league Baltimore Orioles. In 1925, the Philadelphia Athletics bought him for $100,600, the highest amount ever paid for a pitcher at that time. He made his major league debut and went on to dominate for 16 years, retiring in 1941. Cy Perkins, his catcher of the Athletics, said that Grove threw one of the fastest fastballs he'd ever seen. Everyone in the stadium knew it was coming, and yet nobody could hit it. There weren't radar guns back then, so we don't have an exact number, but eyewitnesses consistently ranked him among the hardest throwers of his era, often compared to Walter Johnson. Even without a recorded velocity, Grove's dominance with just a fastball in an era without advanced training, biomechanics, or modern gear tells you just how electric he was on the mound. And this wasn't during the dead ball era. Grove debuted in 1925 after the live ball era had begun. Spitballs were banned, the ball traveled further, and the offense was up. Despite that, Grove still carved hitters up. He's the only pitcher to shut out the 1927 Yankees Murderers Row, the most feared lineup of the era during that season. He led the league in ERA a record 9 times, won 300 games, earned an MVP award, and was widely considered untouchable. So why isn't Lefty Grove in more GOAT conversations? Part of it is the era he played in. Pre-World War II players are often forgotten, especially those from smaller markets. His raw stats like ERA, strikeouts, and even traditional WAR might look lower than someone like Walter Johnson, who pitched during this dead ball era when runs were harder to come by. But Grove and Walter Johnson actually have nearly identical ERA plus figures, meaning when you adjust for league context, Grove was just as dominant. And that brings us to era-adjusted stats, specifically those from the Full House model, which I linked in the description. This model levels the playing field by comparing how much a player dominated his era while adjusting for things like talent pool. According to this model, Lefty Grove is number 1 all-time, number 1 in both era-adjusted Fangraphs WAR per innings pitched and era-adjusted Baseball Reference WAR per innings pitched for pitchers with at least 3,000 innings. That means on a 250-inning basis, Grove was more efficient and valuable than Clemens, Kershaw, or even Randy Johnson. His adjusted ERA goes to 2.78. In total era-adjusted Baseball Reference WAR, Grove ranks 5th, and in era-adjusted Fangraph WAR, he ranks 7th, ahead of Verlander, Kershaw, and most modern greats. So don't let the black and white photos fool you. Lefty Grove wasn't just a guy from the old days, he was the guy. A flamethrower from a coal town who mowed down the toughest hitters of the live ball era, and whose adjusted numbers place him among the all-time elite. So next time the GOAT pitcher debate comes up, don't forget about Lefty.